So 3 seasons now, we've been asked to ponder the question, what if, as Marvel fans? And I feel like 3 seasons, judging from how this series panned out, 3 seasons is probably where it's going to stay. But this is, of course, a continuation of what I've dubbed the Twilight Zone of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Jeffrey Wright, of course, is voicing the Watcher, and you have all of the famous Marvel actors coming back for the most part. Hayley Atwell is the key one as Captain Carter. The animation, I feel like, is once again superb in this series. It really does feel like it's not necessarily into the Spider-Verse quality, but it really does feel like comic book characters are leaping off the screen right into your home. Everything is super colorful to look at. The action sequences are really, really fun. And there's a good amount of scenarios here that I feel like were pretty compelling. The premiere in particular, what if the Mech Avengers took over? That was some pretty interesting stuff, especially as it goes with presenting Mark Ruffalo as Bruce Banner / the Hulk as a kaiju villain. Like, this version of the Hulk is a monster. Mowing people down, absolutely cannot be taken down. That, in my opinion, was one of the most entertaining episodes of this season. There's a whole episode where Agatha Harkness is a Hollywood superstar in the early age of film. And yes, there is one episode starring Howard the Duck called What If Howard the Duck Got Hitched? The girl he gets hitched to? Kat Dennings as Darcy. What a weird-ass combination this is. But oddly enough, that episode, it started off at a point where I was like, it's not really gonna work. But as it progressed, I slowly started getting behind the character of Howard the Duck. I slowly started getting behind the romance that he had here. And this damn egg, their child. She will become very important. I also loved that we got a Western MCU property here in what I think could have been my favorite scenario and episode. The pair of Shang-Chi and Kate Bishop in a Western setting is really freaking dope. And aside from Jeffrey Wright himself as the Watcher, Simu Liu might have given my favorite voice performance this season. Almost unrecognizable as Shang-Chi there. Of course, Jeffrey Wright as the Watcher is going to be the quintessential figure of this show. And in a sense, he absolutely is. He is basically the Watcher fulfilling his duty as we've seen for 3 seasons now. But then you get to the final 3 episodes, and this is where, but a lot like season 2 and a lot like the end of season 1, this is where a lot of things kind of start to tie together that we saw all season. But I don't know if it's just me. It's not that these episodes and this conclusion to What If was bad. Dare I say, the messages they were exploring about self-worth, your identity, what you were put on this earth, or in this case, in this multiverse, to do. Again, this is some pretty thematically rich stuff for Marvel. But I don't know if it was just me. This finale felt incredibly rushed, man. It almost feels to me like What If could have gone on for maybe even 10 more seasons. I feel like these creators could have come up with so many more different scenarios that could have been really cool to check out. And I don't want to say I feel cheated, because that might be a bit too extreme on how I feel. But how long did the Twilight Zone run for? Pretty freaking long time. And it never really felt like the episodes in the Twilight Zone got all that stale. And I feel like there are some people who will watch What If Season 3 and feel like the show had gotten stale and jumped the shark. And I don't want to speculate on the potential laziness of these creators, because I know lazy is not what they are. But it just feels to me like What If could have gotten so much more mileage out of it than just 3 seasons. And the way they wrap things up definitely feels like What If has a beginning, middle, and end to its overarching story. But with how gigantic the MCU actually is, with how many characters we've been introduced to, I feel like there's so much more weird scenarios that this show wasn't even tapping into. It gave us a lot of really cool storytelling opportunities for Marvel to do something different. Unfortunately, the way this show wraps up in reality, it does so in a way where it just leaves me wanting so much more. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that this is downgrading What If to the worst possible Marvel show that's out there. That's impossible. Especially when shows like Secret Invasion, She-Hulk to a certain extent exist. Because unlike those shows, What If is anything but boring, annoying, whatever negative connotation you can put on a show. It is still consistently entertaining with a very welcoming and warm, haunting voice work from Jeffrey Wright. And how the Watcher's overall story actually winds up is pretty tragic. But as far as actually taking a peek into different parts of the multiverse, I understand that the multiverse saga is wrapping up in a couple years with Secret Wars. Like, that thought has not escaped me. But even after the multiverse saga concluded, it felt to me like What If was a show that could have transcended time and just gone into a whole other generation of Marvel fans. And unfortunately, there's some stories that we probably never will be seen told in the Marvel umbrella. And that's because What If wrapped up way too early for my liking. I'm gonna give What If Season 3 a B. Regardless of how I feel about its conclusion, this show is still thoroughly entertaining. Let me know what you think of What If down in the comment section below. Let me know what some of your favorite episodes have been, who your favorite characters have been. I love getting in front of this camera, and I love discussing all things in the cinematic world with you on the regular, all things geeky in the MCU. If you enjoy topics like that, this is a great community to become a part of, so hit that subscribe button if you're new. Tap that thumbs up as well. Lots of fun content still to come. I still have yet to see Better Man, that really weird monkey movie. Probably gonna watch that this weekend. Don't know how I'm gonna feel about it though. But guys, thank you so much again for your continuous support on this channel. Y'all are the best. And with all that being said, Back Talk, commence.